Welcome to a special edition of the First Look Seminar. We got all the gang back. And Gino, we've got a special reason. We're back here on closing weekend. We've got a big 2-day pick six carryover going into Friday's card.
$153,000 in the pool up for grabs. And I'm excited because it is a fun time in the world of sports right now. We've got, think about it, NFL season, college football season. We're underway in both of those. College basketball season just started the other day. NHL season is going on right now. And despite Chappie's best efforts, the Dodgers have won. If you could root a team to loss, Chappie would have done that for the Dodgers. But no, despite those efforts, they are still going. They're in the World Series, and the Breeders' Cup pre-entries are already out for next week. So it is a great time to be a sports fan, and we've got some leftovers, $153,000 up for grabs on Friday.
I did admit to you now, and Skip as well. The funniest thing is it's kind of against the fair weather type of fans because I like all the players. I'm a Mookie Betts fan. I'm a Freeman fan. I love Ohtani. So I actually like the Dodgers. So I'm kind of playing the villain part more than anything else. But anyways, licking his chops right now at a 2-day carryover, Mr. Pick Six himself, Scotty McKeever from Equine Edge. Welcome, Scotty. Are you ready to roll, my friend?
I'm ready to go, guys. I handicapped these races upside down, every which way, sideways. I feel good about it. You know, it's really going to be how you put these tickets together, and so I might do a couple of tickets singling, different horses in each of those tickets. But I would imagine that some of my key horses will win.
And after a long delay, I don't know if Skip is more excited about the King's home opener after several weeks, which I believe is this evening. So that's why we're going to speed it along. Or this pick six carryover. Skip, they're dropping the puck tonight for the first time, right? At home?
Yeah, they started the first 7 on the road, and then even part of their training camp was in Quebec. So they've been on the road for a while. They came home, they played the Ducks, and then the other night they lost to Vegas. But tonight's the home opener. Looking forward to it. Once we get done with this, I'm going to put the jersey on. I'm going to head out. I'm really looking forward to it. And I need it. I need hockey. I need something good to be going on and get my mind off some things. So really looking forward to tonight. And, of course, the Pick Six carryover and closing weekend at Santa Anita, and looking forward to Breeders' Cup next week. So fun time right now.
Lot going on, gentlemen. All right, let's jump right in. So we do have a 9-race card tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. So that means the pick six with the big carryover is going to start in race 4. Gino, I'll come right back to you. We're going 6.5 furlongs, starter optional claiming. What are your thoughts in this first leg with a 7-5 favorite at Toast to Laney?
Yeah, one horse that I'm definitely going to be using is the 2 Stellar Cap, because this is one of those races where there's a lot of horses who have been forwardly placed and who have only shown that they want to win that way. And Stellar Cap is actually a horse whose debut race was really the only race where you've seen a horse close from more than like the second position sitting. And that's not even really closing sometimes. That's just kind of sitting right off and falling into it. So if this race heats up, there are versions of this race where the 2 comes running. So I definitely want that horse on my ticket, along with probably a couple of the other obvious horses. Like Ufta's faced some of the best company and is drawn pretty well to the outside, cutting back. Toast to Laney probably has the best of the maiden wins. So they will be in the mix for me, but Stellar Cap may be the little outside of the box horse to throw into some tickets of yours.
Scotty, does look like there is a lot of speed in this race. What are your thoughts as well?
Well, there's an old saying that speed kills speed, and oftentimes in these types of races, the horse that gets the lead wins the race. I think there's a strong chance that a Toast to Laney wins this race, and the reason is, if you look, this horse broke 8th against 11 other horses while breaking her maiden. It was pretty impressive, going 5.5 furlongs. First of all, winning first time out as a first time starter is not easy to do. Then goes up against winners first time out. And this horse actually only lost by a length and 3/4. That's also tough to do. It's tough to win first time out against winners. I thought it's pretty impressive what this horse has shown so far, especially guys with fillies, because fillies sometimes, they don't have they don't have the heart. And what I'm looking for is a horse that has speed and has heart. And this horse has proven already at this level and only her second lifetime start. I think she wins gate to wire.
So, Scotty, we talked a little bit. You said you might put in a couple tickets. And what's funny is many people, when they do a pick 5, pick 4, pick 6, even if they have a very strong opinion in the first leg, a lot of times they're afraid to single because they want to be alive, which is such a bad way of constructing a ticket. So I'm assuming at least one of your tickets you're going to single to start here.
100%. Yeah, I have to. And then if you're going to, the thing that you have to remember is if you're going to single a horse like this, and then let's just say you think another big favorite is going to win in another leg, you probably don't want to use some of the favorites in the other races. You know, I've made more money in pick sixes, guys, not getting a 10-1 or a 20-1 shot to win, but beating the horse that everyone is singling. And I don't know that they're going to necessarily single this horse, even though it's going to be the favorite. I don't think it'll be 7-5. I think it'd be more like 9-5. And I think, you know, on paper, you know, like Gino was saying, Stiller Cap looks tough. There's nothing wrong with Yufta on the outside. So I don't know that this horse is going to be everybody's single. I think for me, I will definitely on one ticket single her for sure.
Yeah, and Red Hot George Papadromo has one in here as well. So, Skipper, what are your thoughts of this first leg?
Well, I'm going to play 2 tickets. And on my first ticket, I'm singling the 7, Ufta. This horse has been facing much, much better than what it's going to. I love when they go route to sprint and turf to dirt. It's an angle that I've always had luck with. I like that angle. I love the outside draw. This horse can sit and close, but it does have some speed, not as quick as the 6, of course. But I think this horse is going to get a great trip. That race that it came out of, the sneaker race, that was a really good race in a racehorse time. They ran that mile in 1:33.4. I like this horse a lot. It's going to be a single on one of my tickets. On my other ticket, I'm using the Papadromo. You know, you got to throw him in on everything. The guy is red hot, and you know that horse worked okay on the 12th. I like that work. I like the way that it won, and it showed that it could sit too. It broke from the rail, and then for all the reasons that Scotty said about the 6. So my second ticket, I'm going to go 4, 6, 7. But my main ticket, I'm singling the 7 and going to take a shot right off the bat.
That's why we do these shows, and we have very good opinions, yet we have dueling singles right off the bat here in leg 1. So somebody, well, hopefully you can't both be alive, but hopefully one of you will be alive after the first leg. All right, Scotty, we're going back to you. Second leg, race 5, 6 furlongs on the turf, maiden special weights. What are your thoughts here? Anybody stand out to you on the works?
Well, you know, I actually haven't made up my mind in this race as far as how I'm going to play it. The 3 and the 6 are going to be your favorites, and they're going to be on the lead from the beginning. Yeah, the 6, Lord Dunmore. The only thing I don't like about that horse is the jockey-trainer combination is 0 for 14. So that I don't like. But I worry about some of the first-time starters. You know, believe it or not, I probably put this horse in the winner's circle. I'm going to play against Bazooka Charlie, the 4-horse. Calbred, owned by longtime owner Nick Alexander, of course. He's had horses like Lieutenant Dan, a big-time Calbred owner. But Grayson, you know, on the 4-horse talking about Bazooka Charlie, there's no turf breeding there. The horse has a really nice win percentage. It's actually our second pick. I'm going against that horse. I don't think that horse is going to necessarily love the turf. But Lord Dunmore could surprise guys. Second-time starter for Sadler. Sadler's brilliant with second-time starters. He's not known for first-time starters. So I wouldn't let that bother you. Extra distance is good. The GSR is good. I think the horse is going to improve. Those 2 horses, and then I might add some first-time starters. I wouldn't be surprised, believe it or not, if a horse like the 9-horse, No Poking Around, ran good. But I don't necessarily love the post that wide, and I don't think the horse has any speed. At least our pace number shows that.
Skipper, I'm coming to you. As we know, we like to go to XBTV to watch the works. There were a few of them. Obviously, the Los Al works, so Bazooka Charlie, there's nothing we can watch on that. And there were no works, as I found, at least on the outside horse for Bob Hess, who's 0 for 22 first time out. And yet they're both 2-1 and 3-1 and 7-2. What are your thoughts here?
Boy, this is a tough race. I'm definitely going to spread in here. I'll mention a couple that I'm going to use. The first-time starter, the 2, Simon Callahan's horse, Checks on the Way. We love the name of that. I'm going to use this. The Dam's Two Foals to Race are both good horses. Unfortunately, neither one has won on the turf, but this horse is bred for the turf. I mean, Square Eddie is the dad of Mazarak, or however you say that, and then Scat Daddy on the Dam side. I'm using the 2. I'm not using the 4. I agree with everything Scotty said. I'm taking a shot against the 4. I'm not even going to use the 3. I'm going to use the 5, P-Town Prancer. This horse, the sire wins 18% with first turf winner or turf runners. 3 foals to race or foals are all winners. I'm using the 5, second time starter for John Sadler. I'm using the 6, and I'm using the 7 and 9. So I know I was kind of rambling there, but 2, 5, 6, 7, and 9 for me. I like the breeding on the 9 too. I do not like the post, but all of the Dams foals have all won. I like that, and some decent ones too. So that's who I'm using.
I like it, Gino. He's taking a stance here. He's spreading, but yet not using the 2 morning line favorites.
Give
So
Skippy a little credit too, because he's coming with some really good pedigree information on both the 5 and the 9 P-Town Prancer. As he mentioned, what's cool about that horse is direct siblings. There were 3 of them that all won. 2 of them won on turf. One of them was a debut winner, and one of them was a multiple stakes winner. So you have horses that all kind of fit for this, like precocity, like class, and horses that have shown the ability to win on the grass. And then for no poking around, you did point out that Hess is 0 for the last 22. If you expand that a little bit, 4 for the last 72, which, just kind of shows you that maybe they don't win a lot, but they're still kind of capable with certain horses in the right spot. This horse actually has really nice grass breeding too. The Dam was a 3-time winner on the turf, 2 Sibs time turf. Wound Tight was a 5-time turf winner, and then another one that won on the grass. So some really good grass breeding, and a shout out to an assist to Skippy on that one with the 5 and the 9.
And a shout out from me to my buddy Ryan Ritt, who bred and owns the 1 horse, Senior Reese. I saw that today. I called him. I said, "What the heck are you doing?" He lives in Chicago. This is his first horse he's ever bred to race. So
Nice.
he's very excited. He's got a horse in a stake race at Keeneland on Saturday too. That's a very good horse. Got some talented horses. Anyways, all right, Skipper, leg 3, race 6. We're going 5.5 furlongs. This one, maiden 32, open company here. What are your thoughts?
This is going to be the single on my second ticket. There's no workouts to go off of, but the race does not look that tough. Baffert's got one shipping in from Los Al, so we can't see the works, but the works look good. The horse is bred to win early. JJ Hernandez, his main man, jumps aboard. Just Deal is going to be the single on my other ticket. On the ticket that I use a couple in here, where I singled in the first leg, I'm going to use the 4, of course, Cardinal Spirit. This horse has got some form. Didn't run too bad once they dropped it down to 32. Got beat 4 lengths, but ran second that day. Wasn't bad. I'm using the 6. The 7's got to be on my ticket. Hector Palma, second time out, first time gelding. Got the Bug Boy on there, dropping down in class. So I'm going to go those 3 on the ticket that I single early, and then I'm going to single the 6 on my second ticket.
So yeah, go ahead.
What scares me a little bit, because I was curious, because you just don't see Baffert in maiden claiming races a whole lot like this, right? I mean, he just doesn't. This isn't a normal thing, and you pointed out you can't go to look at there's no works on video because they're at Los Alamitos. Over the last 5 years, because that's what DRF has as like the database sample size of statistics, 1 for 12 with maiden claimers debuting. And they're all horses that take a ton of money, right? Because everybody's looking at them and you're like, oh yeah, the Baffert horse has got to be way better. So it's scary to me that this horse is in this race and is going to be a really short price, because there is so little to go off for the other horses too. There's not a lot of information for people to go, oh yeah, I'll take a stand and go with these others. You have the 4 who Skip mentioned, who has a solid race at the level. Was in a field of 5, finished second, was still beaten 4 lengths, right? So it's not like the horse even was that impressive. But I'm not going to just single the Just Deal, and I'm probably going to take a swing against this horse, I think, on some of my tickets, and I'm going to try to go 3-4. The 3 Bob's Kid, I lower my, it's like you're grading on the curve when you're watching works or when you're looking at works at lower levels like this, kind of lower your expectations because these are maiden 32s. It's not a strong race. Hector Palma's or Jorge Barabon is very good with first-time starters, like sneaky good, and they're always at a price. He won with a 6-1 shot back in May. He won with a 12-1 shot back in January. It's like every few months, you'll get him to pop with a price horse, just like this, in a race that's probably like this. Not very strong, not a lot to go off of. So, yeah, I probably will end up using a couple more, especially if I'm going to chuck Just Deal. So this will be a race where me and Skippy might be going our separate ways because I probably will at least be using a few others and most likely be tossing out Just Deal.
Yeah, Scotty, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, obviously Baffert's going to put them where they belong, whatever level that is. I'm not familiar with that owner. Obviously, some owners with the deep pockets will put them wherever they are. The Los Al works don't scare me as much as being in for the 32 tag. And like Gino said, that 1 for 12 angle. What do you, without seeing anything, what are your thoughts here?
Same as what Gino was saying. My first note is Baffert's not giving anything away, and I know that we don't have the stat here on Equinedge, but that being said, like I know it's low. He just when he puts horses in claimers, maiden claimers, they don't win very often. Like they either don't have many races left or they're just not that good. This horse is 56% to win on our numbers in the top Equinedge pick, but I'm going to use the horse, but this is where you make money. If you beat this, now this horse will be many people's single.
Yep.
So if you beat a horse like
amazingly,
this,
yeah.
This is where you could make some money. I'm going to give you one just to consider. And that is, I've been somewhat impressed here with the Bug Carmona on the 2 horse. So this horse gets a weight break. It's only raced one time and it ran like hell. Our GSR goes up 8 points on this horse, and we show the horse right there having some speed. I'm going to guess that they're going to send as hard as possible from the get-go. And it wouldn't surprise me if that horse actually went gate to wire at 5.5 furlongs. So I wouldn't leave the 2 horse out. Other than that, I that's my kind of guess. Other than that, I think the race is between the 4 and the 6.
All right. So 2, 4, 6, and got some interesting thoughts on a Baffert horse, like we all said, that's going to be odds on for sure, which could make or break the payout here. So, all right, let's move on to race number 7. Gino, back to you, going 1.25 mile allowance optional claimers. What are your thoughts in this leg?
Yeah, I really like a horse in here because looking at this field, I feel like most of these horses, I kind of know who they are. I kind of know their ceiling. The 8 was very impressive. That last start, I will say, was extremely impressive. Hopped a bit at the start and nowhere to go. Kind of got backed up into, got into the clear and was nice. But I do not see anyone in here with speed at all. They are going to be crawling in this race. Nobody has really shown even tactical speed very often. I'm going to use the really lightly raced Bottle Rocket, the one who I just think might be better and have a higher upside and a higher ceiling than most of this field. Bottle Rocket's career debut, I think you can just put a line right through it. This was a horse who was down on the inside, was a little bit slow, and didn't really get anything going until late. Second start, much better. This horse was on the lead in that second start, and then they decided they wanted to take back a little bit, and it ended up being a perfect decision. Just sat exactly where they wanted to on the inside, and that was with Ayuso aboard. So he actually knows this horse very well. He's been aboard her. And then in the most recent race, I think, again, that was a pretty tough trip. This horse got caught in some traffic down on the inside and just never really had much of a shot. I'm expecting from the inside for them to get aggressive, try to get out of the gate quickly, and just be way closer than it would look by the running lines in here. A lot of these other horses, they're kind of plotters. They're horses that don't have as much early speed. They want to come from the back of the pack. If I use another one, it'll probably be the outside horse, the 8, who I think is the best of them. But this will be a race where I'm going to single the one Bottle Rocket.
Yeah, and I think Bottle Rocket, as you mentioned, the 2 times it broke slowly twice, but the other time it was much more tactical. don't let the 0 for 16 fool you. We know Leonard Powell is a very good trainer, especially on the grass. Scotty, what are your thoughts here?
Well, I thought the race was wide open. Of course, Bottle Rocket could go gate to wire from the rail, probably going to take the lead. Gino's right. I mean, there is no speed in here. In fact, when I run the race simulator to the first call, every horse is within a length of each other. So it's crazy. So one of the jockeys or two of the jockeys could really send hard and go, and that could make a difference. Now, I will say this on Bottle Rocket, at least on our breeding metric, our GSR, the GSR drops 14 points. So I'm not sure that the one horse wants to go that long, but sometimes when you get an easy lead, you can carry it. And I'm a joker on paper as the horse to beat, guys, for sure. I mean, this is just that kind of a field. Hernandez jumps aboard for O'Neill, so that's definitely an upgrade. Broke 11th last time, so broke last. And another horse that's interesting is Den of Inequity. That horse is 7-2 on the EE morning line. So something's going on with that horse. So maybe that's a horse we have to take a look at. I do worry. The horse is still a maiden in 12 starts, has 6 second-place finishes. The 3 horse, interesting. I've never seen this. All 8 starts from the very beginning are 8 furlongs on the turf. So for that reason, I'm just not picking that horse to go longer. But I thought that was super interesting. But also, you know what I do like about the 4? This horse has been 9 furlongs 4 times and never been worse than 3rd. I know this is 10 furlongs, but this horse we know can handle a distance. And I'm going to throw out those last 2 races, guys, because she was 9 and 10% respectively to win those races. Today or tomorrow, she's 41% to win.
Yeah, Skipper, as they both mentioned, obviously no pace in the race, and you add the mile and a quarter into the mix, which really kind of muddles the picture altogether. What are your thoughts here?
You know, I like the horses that come out of that sneaker race. That's the 1 and the 4 that Gino likes the 1, Scotty likes the 4. That sneaker race, that's a good race to me. I mean,
and there was no passing in that race either. Sneaker won that race on the front end. The field kind of came back to him, and then he just spurted clear again. So that was nobody was making up a lot of ground there, and that horse was really, really impressive.
Yeah,
right. I think that's going to be a key race. The 1 and 4 are definitely going to be on my ticket. Those are my 2 top plays. Aside from that, I might add the 5 Control Function. You know, the horse has won 3 times. It's ran a mile and a 16th at Aqueduct. It was a good race. I'm going to use the 5, I think, too. And then Kelly's out. This could be a nice claim. So I'm going to use those 4. 1, 4, 5, and 8.
1, 4, 5, and 8 with you. All right, we have 2 races left. Scotty, right back to you. We're going 6 furlongs, state bred, allowance, optional claimers. What are your thoughts here?
So the 1 hasn't been in great form at all. Is not for sale. I'm sorry, beat a weak maiden field easily. So I think the horse has a look, but this looks like one of those races as well. It looks like a very tough race. The 2 horses coming off a layoff over a year, not for sale. So that's the good sign. I'm going to come with one, though. I'm going to tell you that the 7 horse, Nazir Dalton, is cutting back a half of a furlong, where this horse was only a half a length back after breaking from the rail and breaking 8th last time out against similar company, actually faced the 9 Safa, who's going to be far back. And Nazir is going to sit a very, very nice trip, you guys. And on the cutback with a really smart move, a good time move, I think the 7 Nazir Dalton can win this race. And I'm actually on one of my tickets going to single this horse.
Okay, so one of your tickets you're going to single. And Skip, apologies for 1 second, but Gino, you're the name master. Who is Nazir Dalton?
I don't know if this is a character or something. I'll have to look this one up. Yeah, this wasn't one that was like that struck my fancy right away. But I agree with Scotty in that this is a horse who's absolutely a use. And the 6.5 might be the difference between Nazir Dalton being usable and Safa, right? Because Safa is probably better going a little bit longer. This one lost to a horse named Wish They All Could Be, who's a 7-time winner and is really good at this level. Wish They All Could Be just rattles off wins at this level over and over again, and drew the rail that day. So I'm going to go 1-7. I probably like the 1 a little bit more than Scotty does. I was really impressed by the recent work in the morning also of the 1. If you watch this one on XBTV, this horse had a little bit slow and then just moved right up into it, put the horse away that was working with, showed like multiple gears. And if you just isolate the dirt races, look at the 3 dirt races, the career debut, stepped slow, but lost to Roberta's Love, a next out winner. The runner-up also came back to win next out, then tried the turf, came back in the dirt on the 3rd start, almost won that day, was beaten just ahead, off for a little bit, tried grass again, and then aired on the dirt. So I think just a better dirt horse overall. I'm going to be short in this race too. I might try to get out of here with just 1 and 7.
All right, Skip, I'm very disappointed in Gino. I went to him first because he always knows all the names. Nick Alexander, it's usually an old athlete or some kind of celebrity. And then Gino, he was just saying at the beginning of the show, he knows all the useless names. He missed that one. So what are your thoughts here on Neeser, Dalton, and the rest of the field?
We're all on the same page. Like Gino mentioned with the workout on the 19th, I like that workout. I put good workout on there. Definitely going to use that. I was very impressed with the way that it broke its maiden last time. And that was that little angle I always use, turf to dirt, route to sprint. That was a prime example there. That horse wasn't a price. It was favored that day. But all 3 dirt races have been good. I don't like the rail, but the 1's going to be on my ticket. I'm using the 9 also, and Scotty has talked me into the 7. So I'm going 1-7-9 there.
Guys, not to rehash this race too much, but I will tell you this about Safa. This horse is going to be so far back, and it barely got up last time out at 6.5. It's similar competition. I don't know how this horse, I don't see that, and 8 second place finishes. I don't see Safa getting up to win this being so far back unless there's a really fast pace, and I don't see a really fast pace in here.
So Safa's going to have a lot of work to do, and we shall see. All right, Skipper, last leg. Hopefully everybody's alive, although 2 of you guys can't be because you're singling the first leg. But we're going back to you, Skipper. Hopefully 2 of the 3 of you are alive, or maybe on your backup ticket you're alive. We're going to the last leg, race 9, 6 furlongs on the turf. Maiden 50s going, and doesn't get any easier here, Skip.
No, it does not. This is probably the toughest race on the card, I think. I'm going to be spreading. The 1's going to be on my ticket. I like it dropping back down for Glatt to maiden 50. Horse didn't run bad first time out over the Santa Anita turf course. They put the blinkers on. The 2 is my sneaky one, Rich of Joy. This horse is 12-1. First time out, didn't run. It got beat 14.25 lengths, but that was a great race. All those horses, Hope Road, One More Phil. That we know how good that horse is. It just beat the Chosen Drawn. Then they put it on the grass, and it ran good. It ran sneaky good. It got beat 3.25 lengths, but it broke slow. It had traffic at the top of the stretch. Then they tried the dirt again. It didn't run a step. They drop it down to maiden 50. They put it back on the grass. The 2 is my sneaky horse at 12-1. I'm going to put the 5 at 15-1. I got to figure out how I'm going to map out this ticket. I know I'm throwing out a few horses, so it looks like the ticket's big, but I'm going to have those 2 singles. So I just got to map it out right. The 5, when Steve Biotti claims, he does well. I mean, he only wins 10%, but I like that this horse is come back. He's going to drop it back to 6 furlongs, which I like. And I think this horse will like going back to the turf also. I'm going to use the first timer, the 6, Pondicherry for Dan Blacker. That horse has been training well. Dan Blacker's been having a decent meet. I know he's 0-for-17 or 0-for-21 with first-time starters, 0-for-17 with first turf. But Jeff Siegel puts this horse at 7-2. Maybe he sees or knows something that we don't. 7's going to be on my ticket. I'm going to use the 8, Flight to Quality. First time Lasix. D'Amato's dropping this horse down, shortening it up. We can't see the workouts because they've been at low sal. And then I'm going to put the 10 in too. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, and 10, with the 2 being my top play at 12-1.
All right, so bombs away there with Rich of Joy on top. And Gino, what do you do with a horse like Certitude, who's actually faced winners the last 3 times and now is in for maiden 50?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. This is like on the edges for me, a type of horse, because way out wide, not the best place to be. Scotty mentions it quite often, on sprinting on the turf and then cutting back. So I'm just a little worried about this horse maybe being a little too far back. Would not be a horse that I key in on or, like focus in on. Skippy mentioned, I mean, everybody's horses. So, you know, I'll mention them. The 1, 2, and the 6 would be the horses that I'm definitely going to be using. The 2, absolutely, as he pointed out, Rich of Joy. The 1 was going to be probably on the lead. The 6 is training really well in the mornings. This horse has shown ability. Pondicherry. The Dam was a 3-time winner on the turf. And this one's a sibling to a horse named Virat, who was a 4-time turf winner. So you've got some pedigree. You've definitely got some ability in the mornings. So I 1, 2, 6, and then whatever I'm going to do with Certitude.
Okay, so 1, 2, 6 for you, Scotty. How you closing things out?
Well, you know I'm playing against Certitude, that's for sure. That outside post is absolutely brutal. The win percentage here doesn't really go up all that much, and then when I run the race, the horse is not really fast enough early. When I click this, no, that's not entirely true, but absolutely could get carried a little bit wide here. The race simulator has this horse actually winning the race, but barely. The 2-horse Skip's horse is right there as well. But 1,000% I'm singling the 1-horse Dangerous Affair. I told you I like this card. This horse is last time out, the horse was 4% to win. Throw that out, and it still only lost by 4.5 lengths. What's different about this horse too is it gets blinkers, and look at that work. A bullet work in 46 and 2 last time out. The horse is now 31% to win the race. I love the blinkers on. Rispoli jumps aboard. I think, and we show the horse is the fastest horse in the race. And I think the 1 horse is going to go gate to wire. I really do.
All right, Dangerous Affair to close down for Scotty. So hopefully that gives everybody a little bit of an idea of what we're doing, all kinds of opinions, but some prices along the way, and hopefully it'll pay. If it does, we are going to do another show tomorrow for Saturday's card. It will be a pick 5 preview. If we happen to get another carryover, we'll add the extra race and do the 3-day pick 6 carryover. So, gentlemen, thanks for the special Thursday call, and I will see you guys shortly after the last race tomorrow. Gino, last word. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, they a couple more chances if you want to try to get qualified for the BCBC, that huge tournament next week for the Breeders' Cup. You can try on Friday. So this card that we just talked about, Express Bet, has a $100 contest. That's a feeder that can get you a seat on Saturday for $1,000. So for $100, you can get yourself a spot in that $10,000 entry contest. It's a huge money tournament. So good luck to everyone this weekend. Good luck to everyone on Friday.
All right, now we do our crazy pause while I hit end, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Good luck to everybody in the pick 6.
Hey, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Roll the dice.